Political fallout continues after the release of a Supreme Court draft opinion. Why the pressure is now on the U.S. Senate.
Plus, police are investigating a crash in Rock County that left one person dead and others injured.
And a scary moment for Dave Chappelle after a man rushes the stage and tries to tackle the comedian during a live performance. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. The political fallout is growing across the country after a document was leaked showing the U.S. Supreme Court's intention to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Protests erupted in several major cities, including here in Madison. For Democrats, if the opinion becomes law, the pressure is now on the states or Congress to enact abortion protections.
Now, this poses a roadblock in the U.S. Senate with the filibuster, but could that change? Political reporter Will Keneally has more on what we can expect next. Will?
That's right. So the filibuster in the Senate can be a powerful tool to stop the other side's legislation from moving forward. It takes a 60-vote majority in the Senate to pass most things, and Democrats with a razor-thin majority have had to use parliamentary maneuvers to pass almost any of their priorities. But that could all change with the issue of abortion. UW-Madison political science professor David Cannon says if Democrats are ever going to pull the trigger to get rid of the filibuster, this could be the issue that they decide to do it with.
Well, I think they absolutely would be willing, I think, to suspend the filibuster for the pro-choice piece of legislation. And so if Collins and Murkowski would go along, that's the big question, though.
So the trick will be to how they will get to that 50-vote majority, which they will need to eliminate the filibuster. They don't have enough among Democrats so far, but a couple of moderate Republicans could cross over on the issue of abortion. Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins both said that they're shocked by the leaked opinion this week, saying that it shakes their confidence in the court. And the leaked opinion could have political implications heading into the midterms. We'll delve more into that at 6.
We will see you at 6. Thank you, Will. President Biden says more could be at stake if Roe v. Wade is overturned. That could include gay marriage and contraception rights.
The issue has reignited passions on both sides with just 6 months now before November's midterm elections. Natalie Brand has the latest.
As demonstrators remained outside of the U.S. Supreme Court for the second straight day, President Joe Biden took aim at Republicans and supporters of his predecessor.
What are the next things that are going to be attacked? Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history and recent American history.
On Capitol Hill, Democratic lawmakers are vowing to hold a vote on legislation to make Roe v. Wade federal law.
Every single American is going to see where every single senator stands.
But with the filibuster and a 50-50 Senate, there's little to no chance of passage because Democrats need at least 60 votes. The issue is poised to galvanize voters on both sides heading into this year's elections.
Those decisions should be made by the elected representatives of the people back in the various states.
The leaked draft opinion was circulated internally among justices in February. The final decision isn't expected until late June or early July, but already states and healthcare providers are preparing. At the heart of the Supreme Court case is a Mississippi law that bans most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Volunteers who escort patients to what's known as the Pink House say they aren't shocked. It's the state's only remaining abortion clinic.
What we wanted it to be was the protesters went away, and this could be normal health care like it should be. Unfortunately, that's not the reason we won't be needed anymore.
Abortion access in Pennsylvania will remain legal and safe.
Democratic governors are vowing to protect or expand abortion rights. More than 20 GOP-led states have laws that would restrict abortions should the nearly 50-year-old precedent be struck down. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Federal lawmakers from both parties have criticized the leak of the document as unethical and egregious. Chief Justice John Roberts has called for an investigation. And you can follow the latest developments on the Supreme Court draft leak and what it means going forward at channel3000.com and our News 3 Now app. It is free to download in your app store.
Well, it is finally starting to feel like spring. Nice to see the sun today, but rain, maybe more rain tomorrow, Gary?
Yeah, I think by tomorrow afternoon through Friday, we'll see another round of rain showers. Not heavy rain, but still, we'll see some more rain. You can see the clouds already starting to gather out to the west across Nebraska and Kansas, but so far southern Wisconsin pretty much in the clear, at least as far as the clouds are concerned. Doppler track right now, free of precipitation across our part of the Midwest. Low temperatures this morning, right around freezing here in Madison. Most areas were in the upper 20s and lower 30s. High temperatures so far today, right around 60. Madison actually made it to 61, as did Janesville, and current temperatures are still right around the 60-degree mark. But by tomorrow morning, we'll be in the upper 30s. Look for the clouds to thicken up, and then we'll see some showers, especially south of Madison tomorrow afternoon. But everybody should see them tomorrow night. High temperature tomorrow at 59 degrees. So there'll be some shower chances over late in the weekend with mild temperatures, but warmer weather's on the way for next week. I'll have more on that in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Ukrainian officials are accusing Russia of targeting a steel plant in Mariupol, even as civilians there try to flee to safety. New satellite imagery shows smoke rising at the site, still housing some of the last holdouts against Russian forces. Today, the city's mayor said contact had been lost with Ukrainian fighters there as civilians, including dozens of children, waited to be evacuated. The head of the European Union called on its 27 member states to phase out all oil imports from Russia by the end of the year, and the U.S. is weighing further action.
We're always open to additional sanctions, and I've been in consultation. I'll be speaking with the members of the G7 this week about what we're going to do or not do.
President Biden pressing Congress to pass a $33 billion package to fund additional humanitarian and military aid to Ukraine. A senior defense official tells CBS News that so far, Russian strikes have not hit Western security aid to Ukraine and says the Kremlin's progress remains slow. One person was killed, 2 others injured after a 2-vehicle crash in Rock County. Sheriff's deputies say the crash happened on Highway 213 near County Road B just after 12:30 this afternoon. Highway 213 was closed from County Road A to Highway 11 for over 2 hours as crews cleared that scene. It has since reopened.
We're learning new details about a crash that killed one woman on Madison's west side last week. The 57-year-old driver crashed into a tree on Whitney Way near Endeavor Lane last Thursday. Police say his passenger, an 84-year-old woman, was the man's mother. She was seriously injured and later died. The man was taken into custody and faces potential homicide charges and an 8th offense, OWI. Madison police are investigating after an attempted carjacking. It happened at a business off the Beltline after 1 o'clock Sunday. A man told officers he was waiting in his vehicle outside the business when a group of people approached him. They showed a gun, threatened him, and tried to get inside. No one was injured. The car was not taken.
A Dane County judge was frustrated by what she felt compelled to do today, ordering records from the Gableman election investigation not to be deleted. Judge Valerie Bailey Wren directed the order at attorneys for Robin Voss this morning. It's the second time in 2 weeks the judge has had to do so. A liberal watchdog group, American Oversight, has asked for records from the nearly year-long investigation. Their attorneys claim the legislature and Gableman staff have deleted many of them, but Voss's attorney today said there is no proof of that. Health officials are warning about a new variant of the Omicron COVID-19 virus. They say it's the cause of 1 in 3 new cases now in the U.S. The virus, a spin-off of the BA2 subvariant. The CDC estimates it caused about 62% of recent cases in eastern regions, including New York and New Jersey, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Researchers believe several Omicron subvariants have a mutation that helps the virus bind more tightly to our cells and hide from the antibodies that try to block the virus from infecting us.
The incubation period, the period of when you become infected with the virus to when you start showing symptoms with these Omicron subvariants, is pretty quick. It's around 2 to 4 days.
The FDA says 3 factors may put the U.S. at additional risk of COVID-19: waning immunity, seasonal waves of more coronavirus spread, and the virus further mutating, leading to new variants.
While we don't know their entire schedule just yet, we do know who the Green Bay Packers will be playing in London this season. This morning, the NFL announced the team will square off against the New York Giants at Tottenham Stadium. The game is scheduled for October 9th. Kickoff is 8:30 in the morning, our time. Green Bay is the only team in the NFL to have not played a regular season game in another country.
After nearly 2 years of service, Wisconsin troops are coming home, and they need jobs. The Wisconsin National Guard hosted a career fair this afternoon to provide job access for service members. Troops have been serving on military orders in response to the pandemic, and this event helps those individuals transition back into the civilian workforce.
It's going to be great being able to get out there and just expand my overall horizon on what there is. Because there's a ton of different jobs and people here that we can interview with and look for. So there's always more options than what I've been looking at.
Dozens of employers and state agencies attended the event in hopes of hiring citizen soldiers. They are specifically looking at the healthcare industry. This is due to the staffing shortages during the pandemic. In the spirit of job hunting, TSA also hosting a hiring event tomorrow and Friday. More information can be found at our website, channel3000.com.
Still searching for that special Mother's Day gift? Well, you might want to wait until Friday when the bodega returns to Breeze Stevens Field. Admission is free. Gates open at 5 p.m. and the event wraps up at 9. The market features over 60 vendors and plenty of goods to choose from. This is the first of 3 markets at the field. A second is set for June 3rd, and the final one will be held July 22nd. You can find a full list of the vendors on channel3000.com.
Up next, do you find your kids sometimes glued to their screens? A new study says it might not happen as often as you think.
And as a manhunt continues, we're learning more about the suspected relationship between an inmate and an Alabama corrections officer. And a Wisconsin lunch lady's positive attitude is earning her national recognition. We'll have that story at 6.
And after a move to raise interest rates by the Fed, more on that a little bit later in this newscast. The market's skyrocketing today. The Dow up 932 points. NASDAQ climbs 401. The S&P adds 125. And we'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway June, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit vetaidwi.com for more details.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
It's replacement window season. Thousands of homeowners choose Champion every year.
Replacing the windows, it made our home more comfortable and more functional.
The fact that Champion designs, builds, installs, and guarantees all of its products here in the United States definitely sets them apart.
Champion makes buying new windows easy. No middleman markups and no bigger savings on better windows. Now is the time to get new windows for your home. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Shocking new details emerge in the manhunt for an Alabama inmate and the corrections officer who allegedly helped him escape.
Investigators think Vicky White not only aided the escape, but was in a romantic relationship with the accused killer. Mike Valerio has the latest.
It's just really a shock and devastating to all of her coworkers and to myself.
Investigators say they've uncovered a secret romantic relationship between the otherwise exemplary Alabama corrections officer and the accused murderer they say she helped break out of prison.
She sold her soul to the devil.
Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton says Vicky White and Casey White, no relation, likely met when Casey stayed in the Lauderdale County Jail while waiting for his arraignment back in 2020.
We know that they maintained contact while he was in the Department of Corrections up to and including until he was returned here February 25th of this year.
And authorities say they are learning more about the preparations for the escape. Vicky White recently sold her Lauderdale County home for less than half its market value and purchased this 2007 Ford Edge SUV. She staged the vehicle in the parking lot where her patrol car was found the night before their disappearance. Last Friday, Vicky told her coworker she was taking the inmate to the county courthouse for a mental health evaluation, but no evaluation was ever scheduled and the pair has now vanished. Several hours later, Vicky White's patrol car was found abandoned in a shopping center parking lot just 1 mile away from the detention facility.
Vicky, you've been in this business for 17 years. You've seen this scenario play out more than once, and you know how it always ends.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
The sheriff says there is no evidence the duo's relationship was physical, but that Officer White offered the suspected murderer special privileges like more food.
A man is in custody after attacking comedian Dave Chappelle on stage in California. That incident happened last night during the Netflix is a Joke festival. A video posted to social media shows someone rushing the stage and tackling Chappelle. Officers say he was carrying a knife and a fake gun. Security guards were able to detain him. Chappelle was not seriously hurt. In fact, the comedian made a joke about it and simply went on with his set. A new study shows your teenager might not be as glued to their phone or computer as you might think. Researchers at the UW School of Medicine and Public Health found over 60% of teens have a healthy relationship with technology. That study looked at almost 4,000 parent-teen pairs observing digital media use and family dynamics. They found the teens with the best tech habits had parents who set a good example with their own social media use. The rules that parents set regarding tech use can also be an important factor. Children with a bad relationship with technology had higher rates of depression and anxiety. Their parents also use social media more often than the parents of children with good social media habits. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and your forecast. Gary?
Well, we had a nice day today, but 3 things you need to know in the forecast. First, the clouds will be back for tomorrow. There'll be a chance of showers south of Madison during the afternoon, and then just about everybody will see them tomorrow night and Friday. The weekend, mild. Temperatures will be back into the middle 60s. Just getting sunshine on Saturday. We'll do that. And Sunday, even though we'll have more clouds, the winds will be out of the south. So Mother's Day will be mainly dry. High temperatures in the mid-60s. Then we'll see a shower or thunderstorm chance late Sunday afternoon, more likely Sunday night, and into early Monday morning. That is along a warm front. Then what happens? Temperatures go to at or above 80 degrees beginning on Monday and lasting through Friday of next week. So we go from an early spring to early summer in the course of just a couple of days. And the rain chances will be generally low for much of next week. The high temperature trend, that tells a story. Last week when I was here, we were talking about every day. High temperature below normal, below normal. The weekend near normal, and then boom, just as far below normal as we were for the last week and a half, that's how far above normal temperatures will be for next week, with temperatures mainly in the 80s from Monday through Friday and probably in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees on Saturday. The 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows the highest probability, about a 90% chance of above normal temperatures just to our south, with about an 85% chance here. The west is cold, the east is warm. Usually that sets up an active track in between, and so the chances for rain will be highest up through the Dakotas and Minnesota. But we're kind of on the dividing line. From here eastward, it's mainly going to be dry and warm. To the west, it'll be cloudy and cool. Doppler track right now, free of precipitation, but look what's going on to the south and west. A big severe weather outbreak poised to take place across parts of Oklahoma and Texas. A number of tornado watches already in effect. Moderate risk of severe thunderstorms there. Tomorrow, the severe weather threat shifts eastward. The severe weather threat shifts eastward after that for Friday, but look what happens as we head into the weekend. The severe weather threat shifts back to the central part of the United States. That's Saturday, that's Sunday into Iowa, and then on Sunday into far western Wisconsin. So again, where that threat for thunderstorms will be as the atmosphere warms up, the severe weather threat will be growing out to the west of us. Hopefully, we'll just stay warm and dry through much of that period. But as we take a look at current temperatures, they're around 60 here, actually a little warmer to the north, mid-60s there. Cooler to the south and west in the cloud cover north of where the severe weather is taking place, but notice that powerful jet stream splitting, so that helps lift the air, and you can see these thunderstorms developing very rapidly along a cold front through the central portions of Texas. Fortunately, at least for the time being, all of that will stay to our south. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 59 degrees. We'll see a chance of showers mainly in the afternoon. On future track, you can see the clouds moving in overnight, mainly late tonight, temperatures upper 30s. Then the showers start to develop tomorrow, especially south of Madison. Better chances for rain tomorrow night as we head into the day on Friday, but the back edge of the rain will start breaking up late in the day on Friday. Highs will be in the upper 50s. Rainfall amounts maybe a little more than a half-inch south and west of Madison, but those amounts drop off really rapidly north of Dane County. Mid-60s for the weekend. Again, a thunderstorm chance late Mother's Day afternoon into Sunday night, and then boom, those temperatures jump up into the 80s for Monday through Friday, and in the upper 70s for Saturday of next week. As we check out first warn traffic, didn't look like a good day on the Beltline. This is the view from Fish Hatchery Road, the Beltline. You can see traffic moving pretty slowly in both directions. Right now, delays on the eastbound Beltline, almost from Stoughton Road back to Verona Road. Westbound delays start around Todd Drive back to at least Park Street. Right now, almost a half-hour trip on the eastbound Beltline, about 20 minutes on the westbound Beltline. Heading out of Madison, no problems on I-39 from the Beltline to Janesville or US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, just a little bit above normal drive time. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Coming up, another move by the Fed in the fight against inflation. What's happening with interest rates now? That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't let flooding dampen your season. Head to Menards and save 11% on all of your plumbing and cleaning needs. Remove or transfer water quickly with Barracuda sump pumps. These powerful, energy-efficient pumps are built to last. They're all 11% off. Check out our great selection of quality Libman cleaning supplies. Our shelves are stocked with brooms, mops, and more to keep your home clean and comfortable. Get 11% off all Libman cleaning products now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Even liberal fact checkers say Democrats have repeatedly lied about me. Now they distorted my record on the tax relief I got for more than 90% of American businesses. The truth is, because of my efforts, small businesses like these on Main Street were able to stay competitive with the big guys. I held firm so that all businesses got tax cuts, allowing them to grow and create good-paying jobs. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
There's a different way to treat HIV. It's every other month injectable Cabenuva. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva helps keep me undetectable. It's 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month.
It's one less thing to think about while traveling.
HIV pills aren't on my mind. A quick change in my plans is no big deal.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. Call now before our busy summer season and get $500 off whole home insulation. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A big payout from TurboTax for users who were steered away by the company from using free tax filing services. All told, this settlement, $141 million from Intuit, which has admitted no wrongdoing after New York Attorney General Letitia James announced about 4.4 million customers used TurboTax's free edition between 2016 and 2018 and were charged when they should have been able to use the free service. Each customer will get about $30 for each year they were charged.
Despite inflation, Mother's Day spending is expected to hit another record-breaking high this year. That's according to the National Retail Federation. Mother's Day spending is expected to reach a total of nearly $32 billion. That's up $3.6 billion from last year, which was also a record.
The increase in spending is not just being driven by something like inflation. It's by more consumers participating in different parts of the holidays and really looking to splurge on their moms.
About 84% of surveyed adults are expected to celebrate Mother's Day, and they'll spend a record average of almost $250 per person. In March, the Federal Reserve made moves to fight inflation.
And now the Fed is taking an even more aggressive step. Skylar Henry explains.
Consumer prices continue to rise at the fastest rate in decades, and that has the Federal Reserve once again increasing interest rates in an attempt to slow inflation down.
My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship, especially on those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation.
Fed Chairman Jerome Powell announced a 0.5 percentage point increase, the biggest boost in 22 years.
I think what Jerome Powell is telling us is that the Fed is in full-on inflation-fighting mode.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the Fed could continue to raise rates in the coming months to slow down price hikes, but faces a delicate balancing act.
The Fed is trying not to go so fast to increase interest rates by so much so quickly that it would cause the economy to stop in its tracks.
The White House has supported the Fed's effort to lower inflation, and while this strategy is designed to bring prices down, it also makes borrowing money more expensive. Homeowners who have an adjustable rate mortgage could see their rate go up. Auto loans, student loans, and interest on credit cards will also rise slightly.
On the flip side, savers should see a tiny bit more interest being credited in savings accounts, money market accounts.
Schlesinger says it will take time for the latest rate hike to have an effect on the economy and ease the pace of inflation. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Powell said raising rates by a 0.5 point should be on the table the next couple of Fed meetings as well, but discounted the likelihood of more aggressive hikes in the future. A final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 5.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during our Green Tag sales event. Get your new full-size, mid-size, or HPX Gator with 0% for 36 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Get your Gator running. Test drive one today at Sloan's.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our Prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count on. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
Impatience is a virtue. you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison. We got now.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So trees, you won't take me down. When allergies attack, take Allegra.
Before your symptoms take over you.
Live your greatness.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
This Mother's Day, buy one 60-minute facial session and get a second session free. Massage Envy Facials, where better begins.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different.
We really loved their educational approach.
Call 844-600-NEXT. 50% off your installation.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during our Green Tag sales event. Right now, get 0% for 84 months on a 1 Series. Get a John Deere now and
Power up with Sloan's.
run with a 1 Family Series. Test drive one at Sloan's.
Welcome back. Dolly Parton, Lionel Richie, and Pat Benatar among those heading to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Hall announcing this year's inductees today. Also on that list, Harry Belafonte, Carly Simon, Eminem, and Duran Duran.
You might recall Dolly had asked that her name be withdrawn. She said she didn't want to take anything away from a rock artist who deserved it more, but the foundation declined her request, and the induction ceremony is set to be held in Los Angeles on November 5th.
Some big name stars there. You gotta love Dolly too, don't you? Sure. All right, Gary, final check. We're gonna get out of this sunshine pretty quickly, huh?
Well, the sunshine is out. Let's not, push the sun out
Easy,
too soon.
Eric.
Yeah, it's still nice out there.
I'm used to this.
Temperature's right around 60. You sound like a Cubs fan now, like me, the pessimist all the time. Tomorrow the clouds will be back, so will the showers, but take a look at those temperatures for next week. There you go.
That's nice. Straight to summer. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.